Dimitri Katrakilis, who's become a real integral part of the Western Province setup, Kaunda.
Most certainly, Blades, and he's an important part of the side because he's such an efficient goal kicker, and at this level he's amongst the best.
Yeah, he certainly has done incredibly well, and there's Francois Ace, the captain of the Toyota Free State Cheetahs side. And what do you think of Free State? Just one change?
Yeah, a lot. They've got a lot of players coming from Varsity Cup actually. So I think they got a shock in that first game, and now they've sort of gotten used to the pace. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they go today.
And there we have the final moments of the Free State Cheetahs. Just those last words from the coach, and Franco Smith is their coach. He was a great player himself, and he had a word with Kaya Molitano.
Last week's performance, a bit of a challenge in the scrums, a few handling areas. Anything to rectify that?
Obviously, I think the first game against the Bulls, we were a little bit shell-shocked. Second game was wet down there, and so it was the first game with a bit of dry ball and the Cheetah way of play, basically. So yeah, you can expect a little bit of errors. We are in the beginning of the competition, in the beginning of change, and hopefully, you know, we can limit the errors tonight. I think one of our objectives is to have an urgency not to make mistakes. So hopefully tonight we can do that at least better.
Well, Franco Smith, who I said was a great player and also done a great job as coach of the Shimlas this year and winning the Varsity Cup. Your thoughts on the Cheetahs?
Let's talk about Franco. I'm loving the fact that we're getting all these coaches coming from the club system now. Franco Smith was successful with Cheetahs. John Dobson was successful with UCT as well. So I'm loving that.
Yeah, and your final prediction for tonight? Put you on the spot.
I think Cheetahs can win this game.
Oh, interesting that Kaunda thinks Cheetahs will win the game. I think Province might just squeak it after their shake-up against the Blue Bulls last week. Let's go up to our commentators.
Well, welcome back in Bloemfontein, Free State Stadium. As we look at the log as it stands, it is not only two teams with 3 out of 3, and tonight's two teams, Western Province and Cheetahs, only 3 points difference on the log between the two sides. The Free State Cheetahs versus Western Province. And with me with a blistering pace is Blades.
Thanks, AJ, and welcome everybody. The Cheetahs against Western Province you're watching, and there will be a split screen occasionally, and that game is being shown on SuperSport 8 right now. So our attention goes to the team sheets, where John Dobson has made 3 changes for this game, where in comes Kobus van Wyk on the wing, also Godwin Masimla at scrum half. Interesting selection that. And Alistair Vermaak, who has Super Rugby experience, is in the loose head prop position. Scotto Ntabeni comes onto the bench. Smith, JP Smith, who represented the Brumbies in Super Rugby in Yanderclear. Chris Kruter has come off and been an impact player. Good to see Louis Schreuder back after injury. Kurt Coleman, Dylan Lates drops down to the bench. I think possibly just to bolster up a little bit of the defence out wide for Western Province via Kobus van Wyk. Just the one change from the side that did very well against Greg was last week, winning 31 points to 9, where Birgia Ace comes in at loose head prop for Caleb Woesthuizen, who drops down to the bench. Also Tertius Clear comes onto the bench in place of the injured Burger, and Van Rensburg will be the replacement scrum half. And Goza came on last week, and it's interesting to see Birgia, who's got about 75 first-class games behind his back, played for the Leopards and also for the EP Kings, and so it's going to be, I think, a very interesting game. It was a good game that they had last week in Kimberley, did the Free State Cheetahs. These guys will be fired up. As Dimitri Katrakilis said, they embarrassed themselves a little bit last week against the Blue Bulls, going down 27 points to 49. And we always have a good crowd for Western Province. As I travel around the country, Western Province have enormous support around the country. You go into the Currie and go to places like Uppington and Bothaville and places like that, and they really do. They have enormous support. I was at a mana aunt in Uppington a year ago, and the master of ceremonies, Peter Moller, said, you know, who is Lions supporters, a few guys, who's Cheetahs supporters, a few guys, Province supporters, the place went berserk. AJ Fenty is here with me, as you heard earlier.
And I suppose no Shark supporters in Uppington at all, but yeah, what a wonderful evening tonight. As you were saying in previous interviews, the wind was howling this afternoon, something I haven't seen in Bloem for a long, long time, as we watched the Cheetahs running out, and it's really subsided. It's a beautiful evening, nice atmosphere in the Free State Stadium.
So Francois, who's done a great job since joining the Free State Cheetahs from the East Rand, where he schooled at Dr. here, Janssen Fred Zeilinger, goes through his own preparations. Every player has his own way of preparing for games, and Fred Zeilinger, who's been a very useful addition to the Free State Cheetahs armory. And so it will be Western Province to kick off the game. Stuart Berry is our referee, and we'll have a look at Stuart Berry in a moment, I would think, and tweet us using hashtag #SSRugby. And Stuart Berry is the referee, assisted by Sandili and Kise and Peter Maritz. It is the TMO tonight is Willie Force.
Thank you.
Henko Fenter readies himself to receive the open side kick. They split their forwards both ways, and the Blommerkies handles nicely. Now Fenter. Remember, there are 3 Fenters in this Free State Cheetahs side. Henko Fenter the flank, Sean Fenter the scrum half, and Francois Fenter the outside centre. I was talking to AJ earlier and just saying last week in Kimberley we saw a lot more involvement by Raymond Rule. Sergio Peterson, of course, played his first Currie Cup game for the Cheetahs, and he was also involved. But I was really impressed the way, I'm sure Franco Smith has something to do with the extra involvement of Springbok Raymond Rule. Nizam Kar in the van of that maul.
Use it now.
Masimla. I haven't seen Masimla before, so it'll be interesting. Ace. Francois Fenter up very quickly, took a bit of a knock. His shoulder looks like it's gone lame. Katrakilis off the left boot, and now chance here for Free State control. And it is Jordan, Neil Jordan, who draws the first blood of the game and has the people in orange cheering.
That started with brilliant defense from the Cheetah backline. That first line of defense was so fast off the line, and that's where the pressure came. This is the second one where they kicked it, it got charged down, and the patience that this man showed here was just outstanding. Very good patience and a great try by Neil Jordan. But I have to tell you, the Cheetahs defense there was very fast off the line in both those occasions. If that's a sign of what's going to happen tonight, the Western Province team is going to be under a lot of pressure.
Fred Zeilinger, 201 points in Absa Currie Cup rugby, and just shaving the upright. So he'll be disappointed with that. Not a terribly difficult conversion attempt. It's a dreadful feeling that, AJ, when you're a fly half and you have that kick charge down and you just see the guys dribbling over, and beautiful control by Neil Jordan. Good chase up there by Cobus van Wyk. Remember, Cobus van Wyk, the right wing for Western Province, has played, in fact, more Super Rugby than he's played Absa Currie Cup rugby. Colby, there's a little bit of a buzz in the crowd. when Cheslin Colby gets the ball, as is when Blommetjies gets the ball.
Blue stop.
Safe take and clearance by the Cheetahs fullback.
Absolutely, the Cheetahs, this Cheetah side over the last 2-3 weeks have really grown in posture, and as the team, you know, the little things they do that settle the team down, and they know it's only the first few minutes. They've already scored a try, so take the ball safely. Let's get back into their half.
Bongi and Benambi, and that's a good take, and beautifully taken there by it was Ruan Buerto, the number 5 lock forward. Not a bad little dab by Colby, and Van Wyk very nearly got control of that ball. Played in field by Birgier Ace. Experienced loose head prop. You see him number 1 there, just entering the ruck. Now it will be Fenter. The way for Dutoy. Jacques Dutoy is probably hindered by his support player a little bit there. Kachakilis. And he just saw Fenter coming at pace. So a bit of a shaky start for the Province fly half.
Well, let's be honest, Kachakilis is a class player. He will not be happy with what happened in the last 2-3 minutes, but he'll settle down and he'll be back. Unfortunately, just the pressure again from the Cheetahs is phenomenal. They keep on pressuring you on tackle, on defense, even when they kick chase. It's outstanding. Gonna force you to make mistakes.
Well, it was quite clear from that slow-mo that Kachakilis just took his eyes off the ball. Fred Zeilinger will want to convert this. This is areas of the game when you are in this situation where you must be adding the points, and he obliges.
Oh, there you go, Fred Zeilinger makes up for that previous little blunder.
So this time it's a deeper kick. Jordan got it from Zeilinger. Fenter right behind the situation. The scrum half of today's game has to really motor around the park to be in position. Kachakilis, Colby. Nowhere for Yakutata to go.
John Plasney.
Masimla. Blommetjies. That's a lovely run by the Cheetahs fullback, eventually wrapped up there very efficiently by Elstad. Now Zeilinger and Dutoy couldn't hold on there, unfortunately. Peterson was might have well been in on a run there with a little bit of space to move. Very quick, the former Grey High School boy from PE.
One thing about the Cheetahs, they've taken upon the idea of not being scared of making mistakes, which shows they try everything they can, and if they make a mistake, it's not a fault. You've tried your best.
Let's have a look at the pack weights. They're with Western Province with the 24-kilo advantage. The front row, nothing in it. Well, Reinhard Elstad is a big lad. So mind you, so is Dulafi is a pretty big lad. Probably in the locks where those two Western Province locks are both 2 meters tall. And the Cheetahs locks not quite as big. But not quite as big in stature. Costa and Ace give 110% on the field. The new man, Birgier Ace, out of Paarl. But he has been around provincial rugby. A player I've noticed over the years has good ball handling skills. Masimla going against the wheel. That looked a little bit forward. Now a chance here for Rule. Blommetjies was there. Rule has got Benjamin on his outside. Good layback.
Takaloni.
Fenter away for Ulifield. Quickly there was the number 8. Now it's the ace for Dutoy. The young hooker. Fenter. Beautiful ball on the inside. Well read by Colby.
Come back for the
Colby
offside.
really read that extremely well.
Nice.
Because the gap was there, and it looked like the gap was there when Blommetjies was about to grab the ball, and Colby closed it down very quickly.
Well, both these teams, they are renowned for exploiting that turnover ball, which is fantastic to see. And we're going to see some running ball tonight with both these teams, though, because there will be knocked balls, and they will exploit them. Exactly what we're talking about.
Find up the locks.
Raymond Rue, like you've mentioned before, has been playing some good rugby in the last few weeks.
And Zeilinger's pulled that badly. No wonder Franco Smith just dipped his head for a moment. As we were saying earlier, those are the points you've got to take when you've got the upper hand. They've got 58% of the possession so far in the first 9.5 minutes of the game. They've got to turn that into points. If Western Province gets settled down, they're a tough side. They're just a little bit shaky at the moment, Province, not controlling the ball particularly well. Good chase up there by Sinatra. I'd like to see Sinatra get a little bit more of the ball. Masimla. Colby. See how Colby read that so well.
Not enough advantage.
He read that absolutely brilliantly. The fullback saw that Masimla was hooked up in the ruck and darted to the point of breakdown.
Sound guys, can we try and sort this noise out a bit?
If it's under 22, Tara. Yeah. If it's under 22.
Yeah, I think it is a nail. Thanks.
So it's this area where Province need to just settle it down a bit. They shouldn't have any problem with their tall locks to win the line out there. Fred Zeilinger offside by some distance.
Hold.
Masimla, Katrikilis, Sinatra takes it strongly over the advantage line. Comes for Umbanambi. Good defense of Ulifield there on Buata. This is where they need to just control the ball. Do Province get back into the game? Masimla is right there, and this is a chance for the fly half to kick a goal.
Understand the standards, please. Thanks. I need him out faster.
Some good continuity there by Western Province. They basically played all the way from their 22, phase upon phase upon phase. They're a champion side, and they will absorb this pressure that the Cheetahs have been putting on them. But some huge tackles by both the teams. But again, Gerard Olivier, like last week, pretty solid in defense.
Well, he's gone over the 500 points this season. Points now at 519 in ABSA Currie Cup rugby. And he is so accurate from that distance. Masimla.
Release now, tackle. Play on. No knock. It was ripped in the tackle.
Good work again by Elstad for Mark Covers. Katrakilis. Colby, then Van Wyk.
Play on. No effect.
Katrakilis for Mark. Carr was manable, but good handling there. That's good play by Province as Elstad got it away. Was trying to hold off players there. Provinces was Notche who went to ground with the ball and did good work. Now Katrakilis for Mark. Tauta right up in the support there. Masimla, Katrakilis, Colby. Oh, and he didn't sidestep Ulafia there. He tried to. It was a good-looking little sidestep that, but Ulafia didn't take it.
You've ended up there. When you're off your feet, release the ball.
So another chance for Fred Zeilinger. Well, he will now this time go for field position.
Can't carry on crawling on the ground, whether there's a
possession situation has turned around dramatically.
Again, Gerard Olivier with some great defense. I mean, Cheslin Colby, all know how elusive he is when he's got the ball in hand, and he's quite a big man, so good solid defense.
Last few minutes, the Western Province have moved that possession percentage up to 66. It'll turn around again now as Ace brings that down to the Maul. Advantage to Free State. Oh, what a wonderful run by Sean Fente. Saw the opening, did the scrum half. Western Province around the pillars. Very lax in defence there, and Sean Fente snapped up the opportunity.
Well, started by a good set of a good drive. We've seen the Cheetahs trying this last week as well. The advantage went their way, but this man absolutely exploited that little gap, Sean Fente. The defense of Western Province just opened up. There was just not solid pillars, that we call it, around the ruck and maul, and Fente exploited that position.
Zeilinger with the extra 2 points, and those Province supporters, there are a lot of Province jerseys in the crowd. You saw those glum Province supporters at this stage.
Again, using his pace right through the gap. Actually quite an easy trot through. I mean, there was probably a 3-4 meter gap there. Absolutely blunder by the Western Province defense.
Well, they'll have a look at that in their match analysis on Monday morning, and there will really be some droopy heads there around the fringes of that maul.
Stop.
Katrakilis, Colby. Sinatra. Good cover by Fente. Ooh, and it was a very ambitious pass there by Francois Fente. Then the knock came and an offside player played the ball.
Yes. Thank you.
Interesting. Now that's a kickable distance for Katrakilis. They decide on this tactic.
Well, Uncle, yeah, I suppose they're quite confident in their forward pack. It is a good pack, it's a strong pack, and I'm sure they're going to try and drive that. It's only 10 meters to go.
Open.
So Mbanambi finds Burta.
Same ball.
At the moment, the maul going nowhere for Province. Good defence by the Cheetahs.
The ball's available.
Masimla, Tauta.
Hold.
Mbanambi.
Takaloni.
Masimla again, now they've left the ball behind and it's turned over. Good work by Ulifield again, he's done some tremendous work.
Advantage over.
Fenter gets it away, now it's Benjamin. Great hands by Blommerkees. Colby got some spell, this is a great counter by the Free State Cheetahs. Out of their 22, into the province 22.
Well, what a wonderful counter drive from the Cheetahs back. I mean, they were absolutely under pressure. They were low, they were concise. The only reason why the Cheetahs are back in the Western Province 22 is because of that counter drive. Fantastic.
Goes deep and well read by Noche. He really, I think his game has come on in leaps and bounds. The number 7 flank, Sikambuza Noche. Now Blommerkees. Did so many exciting things for Tikkies over the years in the Varsity Cup. Good ball here, picked up by Francois Ace. Birchie Ace is also in that pack of forwards. Now it's Dutoy.
That'll be advantage.
Oh, and Sinatra was there, the advantage. Now, Stuart Berry wants to have a word.
I understand it's a timing thing. I just need you to make it more clear that you're using arms in the tackle. Okay. It's slightly late, but I understand it's purely a timing. So it's just those arms, eh? I've just had that discussion with him. So late tackle from 6.
Reynard Elstad, just a little lecture from the referee. Sometimes as a loose forward, you get in midfield there and you see a wolf, you see a sense, you think, I'm going to wipe this guy out.
Yeah, that's a split second. I mean, I don't really blame him. He was committed in that tackle. Blades, it's very hard for a big man to get out of that tight tackle.
It's 50% record so far for Zalinga. Flags go up this time. Well, if you blinked and tuned in a little bit late, 18.5 minutes ago, it was Neil Jordan, the Free State number 8, who charged a kick down by that man, Katrakilis, and they were on the scoreboard in a trice.
Bye.
Fenter, not a bad little change in tactic, because that's a pinpoint punt. Chased by Benjamin. Now advantage by Ulifield. This is Jordan. Benjamin. I think that might have been a case of Rainer Benjamin wanting to get the ball away so quickly to the outside that he sort of forgot to catch it first.
But you've said it, what a wonderful chip and chase from the Cheetahs, and unfortunately they just couldn't gather. That was actually nothing wrong, it was just a miscatch.
Both hookers, good outcome on the first one in terms of
in
stability.
his defence, I don't think he was expecting that ball on the inside. The Pumas against the Golden Lions, now on Super Sport 8. The Lions look like they're just leading that game.
Bind.
Overthrown again.
Thank you. I'll do the talking to
by those players. The Lions leading by 10 points to 0 there.
I don't know. I'll come and see.
Here at the Free State Stadium, it's an 18-3 game. The home side in the ascendancy.
Just stay square. That's what I want everyone to.
Young Godwin Masimla, who schooled at Huguenot in the Boerland, played Craven Week for the Boerland back in 2010. This is his 4th game in ABSA Currie Cup. So not an entirely new fella, but his first run-on start. They've released Nick Groom to go and play for the Barbarians.
What a fantastic opportunity that is for youngsters. A wonderful team to play for. But I spoke to Don Heeman, who played the Cheetahs. He's from Bloemfontein. He's coaching the Cheetahs forwards back, and he was saying he's got a bunch of young guys all really willing but still need to learn all the tricks and trades of that front row. Blades.
Bind. Sit.
Well, a real battle there between Wilco Low and Bierke Ace. I rather think it might have been for Mark who won the Western Province that penalty.
Yeah, I think Bierke Ace is getting pinned a little bit down with his head below his hips, his elbow not really up, his elbow's coming down.
Not out by Katrikilis, Blommerkeys.
Inside.
Now, can he make amends? No, decides to go that way to Colby. Very quickly played by Blommerkeys. Now, can he boot his province to advantage? No, decides against it.
Look at Bierke Ace, his head is a little bit down under his hips. He needs to be straight back and elbow up.
Musimla, not a bad little clap, well taken by Benjamin.
On your feet, Blue.
Turnover ball, Fenta. It was Francois that time. Got it away to
through the middle. Leave it white.
De Bruin and Ace in support. Just hangs off the ruck now. And you see, that's the marking we were talking about that Fenta exploited against Province. Katrakilis, Tauta.
Missed it.
Yaku Tauta, one of 5 Springbok centres produced by Monument in Krugersdorp. Better build up by Province for Mark, away for Low.
By Bonnage.
Now the advantage is the rule. Now here's a race on. This is a sprint. This is going to be a fantastic sprint. Rule goes on the inside. Finds Benjamin. Benjamin over.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful scenes we see in Cheetahs land. And a great try by the Cheetahs all the way from their own half. Rhino Benjamin finishing off. Unfortunately, the ball didn't go to hand with the Western Province team. And that step right there with a bit of a handoff. And the pace of this man, the step that he shows, and the vision. For a second, I thought the Western Province team closed that up. But the pace of Benjamin, just too strong and just too fast.
Well, you can see how quickly they counter. Benjamin starts. Rule then exploits. Rule, watch this pass to Benjamin on the inside. He goes on the inside. Then there's a beautiful pass for Benjamin, who just outmuscles the 2 defenders. Two steps and a very, well, that's right through the middle of the uprights. Right through them, over the crossbar. Quite obviously, if it clears the crossbar, it's over.
And there was still a lot of work to be done here by Rhino Benjamin at the end. 3 Western Province defenders he takes with him over the line. And look at the joy of the bench players of the Cheetahs.
Zeidinger, Jordan. Fenta. Another nice little break by Fenta, and then Dutoy, the hooker obstruction.
That's right, don't attack me. I believe he's had an effect on number 2 making the tackle.
Katrakilis.
Venter has been exploiting those little gaps in the Western Province
Let's make sure Saka's jumper
defense. Peterson, unfortunately, so twice really in that one movement.
Yeah, but Peterson just getting himself into no man's land there. Now, important that they secure quickly here. Well, they haven't done that, and the province are making a lot of mistakes. Zailinga. No, knocked on, says Stuart Berry, by a Free State player. So still the advantage with the visiting team. SMS rugby care in hands plus your name to 40770. To support the Chris Berger Petro Jackson Fund, SMSs are charged at 20 Rand. That's 40770.
Where it becomes a consistent problem, they take it stop. Time is off.
So don't forget, rugby care in hands followed by your name. Now, little injury pause here.
Blades, I don't know, I just think of these last few minutes. Western Province has been really trying to attack. They've been getting down in the Cheetahs half and 22, but they make mistakes, and the good thing about the Cheetahs so far, they've been exploiting and making points off those mistakes.
And in style too. Well, Jean Klein is now patched up, and so important from a province point of view that they get some points on the board here with half an hour nearly gone.
Bind.
It's a catch-up game for province, the champions of 2014. Look at that static scrum, great scrum by Cheetahs. Now,
Folding in.
Separating from the judge to have folded in there. Tough on the front rankers, the laws of the game these days. Bongi and Benambi wants to scrum. Will Nizam Khan agree? Yes, he will.
Stay straight.
It's been on the side that it's way too low. He's starting way too low, in my opinion.
Has his left arm not got to be straighter too?
But his head and shoulders, in my opinion, is pretty much under his hip. There's only one way from there. It's down.
Sit down.
Shoulder far side, please. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Now, what is Stuart Berry going to decide now?
It's going straight down. So I'm just concerned that the two of you are a little bit too much on your feet, that we're getting this shape. Okay, so let's ensure that we've got back straight and not shoulders below hips from both sides.
Now, Stuart Berry also picked it up now straight away. And I mean, if you look at that, it's going to go one way and one way only. It's going to go down.
See how far their heads are below their hips. Their shoulders, their shoulders have got to be above their hips.
We both agree, body shape up. Both agree, body shape up.
Well, the other alternative is if Province get the shove going forward and that scrum disintegrates, there's the penalty try chance. There's always a factor in this area of the park.
Bind. Sit.
Well, they have got to start for well read by Carr. Sinatra. Oh, he's intelligent. Just gained a metre or two for Katrakilis. The scrum wheeled perfectly, and Carr picked it up. Very, very difficult to defend because you left him virtually with one defender.
Absolutely. I think the Cheetahs team was really so focusing on not giving that penalty away again. They had to almost let that scrum go. And look at that turn, the pace on the end of Sinatra. No one is going to stop the big man over there. It's just too fast. And like you said, nice of him to just try that 2-3 meters closer. Even like that little angle that the fly-halves have better improves their chances. Well done.
So Province with their first try of the night. Super view of the conversion attempt, hits the upright and bounces out. Well, this is a perfect 8-9 wing try. Similar timing his pass very nicely to Sinatra as well. Carr back in action. Now it's Noche. Hasn't had too many ball carries in the first half. Musimla, Katrikilis.
Cheetahs jersey. Hashtag Toyota gets one. That's racing.
It's fine, they've got a meter.
Dutoy with the throw. Well taken by Ace.
Fine.
Province have shut that ball down extremely well.
Hold.
So Sean Fenta eventually gets, in fact it was Ace who made the pass. Benjamin, Fenta, Francois this time. It's a leaky Western Province defence, I'm afraid. Fenta, Jordan. No, it's not, it's Dutoy, the hooker. Now Fenta, Zeilinga. Scored a try last week with a neat break against Griquas. Now Blommerkeys. Oh, and Rule couldn't hold on. He was halfway through the gap. Raymond Rule, I'd like to see his work rate. He's upped his work rate enormously under the tutorship of Franco Smith. Now counter from Carr. Good tackle there by Henko Fenta. Katrikilis, Noche, Tauta.
Leave it White! Hold.
Musimla.
Release White. Stay.
Now Katrikilis has had to move to hard back. Finds Tauta, then Carr. Musimla. Tactically, he has kicked extremely well over the seasons, has Dimitri Katrikilis. Blommerkeys just allowing his players to get back into position. Sinatra, Katrikilis. Sinatra to chase. Zeilinga to catch. Oh, well taken. Well marked too. Foot in the 22 was perfect. Here comes the counter from Blommerkeys. And again Zeilinga gets. Currie opens up beautifully here. They're just speculating and Blommerkeys seizes. Advantage to Province. Mbanambi's done well. Now Carr couldn't get away. Colby is right there. Look at Chesman. Colby got himself to in reading the play.
Hold on. I appreciate being a captain and we need to have constructive discussions. But every single decision, you can't have, it's not healthy. The tackle form is not the tackle, it's a side injury. Thank you.
A little lecture for Francois Ace there. Talking about the East Rand, I was having a look at Johnny Kotza, the outside centre of Province, who hasn't had much of the ball tonight. But he went, I presented the jerseys to their under-21 side. He went to primary school at Bracktown East. and got a scholarship to Bishops. How's that?
Wonderful. Love to hear those stories.
Barabas Venter once gave me a bit of a lecture about not mentioning primary schools. You know, we're the guys, he said to me, who do the grounding. In fact, there was somebody else who came from Brakpan East. Ruan Buerta, the lock for Western Province, was at Brakpan East. Now here's Vermaak. Lovely ball. And it's Elstad who gets it. Oh, has he got it done? Yes, he has. Eventually got it done. Took on 2 defenders in the in-goal area. But Reinhard Elstad got the ball from Vermaak, and a good opportunistic try there by Province.
Well, they're a champion team. They will never lie down. They will keep on fighting. And any little mistake, they'll pounce on. And look at that. The defense is open. The line-out went over the 15, which means the line-out is over. The Cheetah supporters or defenders ran around, and that created the gap.
Well, there it is, Elstad. Lovely wraparound, and Vermaak timing his pass perfectly. So the line-out catch-up is the scorer. Easy conversion for the Province number 10.
And the try was awarded to Reinhard Elstad. At 82 points, then Dimitri Katrikidis.
So those 7-point tries, you know, they closed the score down so quickly. It was a lovely move. Beautifully played by Vermaak. Elstad on support. Look at all the support they got. Reinhard Elstad just taking on Benjamin. Oh, and Sanak was left up behind.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Laid back by Peterson. Worked up nicely there from Luan de Bruin.
Hold.
Venter. Henke Venter. Zeilinger. Francois Venter. Benjamin on the inside. Rule on the outside has to go and clean.
Leave it now, blue.
Venter. Comes for Sean again. Ace.
Tackler open.
Now Dutoy. Henku Venter. Ace again. Big tackle on one of the Free State players there. I hope it's not a knee ligament tackle. Zeilinger change of tactics, and well covered by Colbert.
Under pressure. Not a good outcome for blue. 1 to 10, please. 15 white.
So 10 meters. They weren't 10 meters back. I'm not sure that is an advantage to Province's. Costa got his legs tied underneath, but he's okay. Up and moving, I'm happy to say. So tame into the first half goes as the players leave the field, and AJ Venter has got down to the field, and he's going to be talking, I think, probably to Sean Venter.
I'm here with Sean Venter. Sean, it's been a tough first half, or a good one so far.
Yeah, we just keep on keeping the ball, build the phases, and then we'll get there.
There seems to be a few gaps in the Western Province defence.
Yeah, there were more gaps this week than the last time we played them, so we'll just keep on building the phases, playing there off, so yeah, things are looking good now.
Good luck for the second half.
Thanks.
Well, after half an hour, Free State Cheetahs led by 25 points to 3, but Western Province have closed it down. Let's hear what Franco Smith has to say.
So it's been a good first half. What do you think so far?
Yeah, no, it's nothing to get overly excited about. I think we let 2 soft tries in, and we are determined not to give them any breathing space, so it's going to be a tough second half again.
Scrumming the last few minutes, it's not been that solid?
I think we're doing our job well there. I think it's a tight call. You know, it does go against us at this stage because, you know, benefit of the doubt at this stage is a little bit against us, which is understandable. But we've talked about it now, and hopefully we can sort it out.
There's a few gaps in the Western Province defence. You guys have exploiting it nicely.
Yeah, it's true, but we need to get the hold of the ball more often, I reckon.
Good luck. Have a good day.
Thank you very much.
40 minutes to go in the Zapsa Currie Cup Premier Division game, Sonatla. These former Sevens Springboks really do bring sometimes a breath of fresh air to the art of dodging. Masimla, Katrakilis.
Stop here.
Zeilinger. Venter, Blommerkeys, Rule on his outside. See how quickly Sean Fenty is there to the point of breakdown. Well controlled eventually by, looked like De Bruyn there as Jordan charges forward. One of the players has stayed down. Might be Costa. Chance for Benjamin, now Fenter. This is Rule. Rule being brought into the game. Oh, it's nice to see Rule in action again. Biergia ace away for De Bruyn. Luan De Bruyn, the tight head prop. Now Francois Fenter. Well held by Bongi and Benambi.
Side entry, 15 watts.
Side entry by Clayton Blommerkeys. That's the man who I say has been in action the last two games we've commentated more than, gosh, for some games in the last season in Super Rugby.
You're 100% right. But I think it's the way that Franco coaches the guys and the game plan that they have. All the wings, both the wings, Blommerkeys, the centers, they all get so much ball time because that is their game plan. And it works, and it's beautiful to watch as well.
Vic was against the Blue Bulls in Kimberley tomorrow. Two at build up at 14:45. EP Kings take on the Sharks in Port Elizabeth. That game at 1700 hours. Bongi and Benambi. Taken by Buerta. Buerta, the main supplier of ball for Western Province in the lineouts. Now Nizam Khan has to stay bound, of course. Henko Fenter got a piece of cloth. Now Masimla. Oh, turnover again. Way quickly, beautiful hands by Benjamin. This is Blommerkeys. Benjamin was running a good line. Blommerkeys just had the ball on the wrong side of his body. And somebody got there. I think Sonatla did a great job in winning Province the penalty.
Hold on.
Karadula fear there.
I really want to... No, I understand. Yeah. You've asked me, I've given you a reason. You can't then continue to question me, okay?
Francois Ace is running foul of Stuart Berry at the moment. Stuart Berry might just lose his patience.
You can feel it. He's on the edge. He's on the edge, Stuart.
A good touch finder.
Let's work better than this, okay?
Yakutata taking the ball in. But a great steal from Neil Jordan. Great upper body strength to rip it loose. And with the pace through the middle there, unfortunately got stuck.
Hold.
Good defense by the Cheetahs on that attempted drive. Now it's been knocked on. This is where Cheetahs have been dangerous. Zeilinger, Blommerkeys is there. Got it from Benjamin. Now Rule with the acceleration, but the referee's assistant, Mr. Nkese, has his flag up.
We've got a foul play report.
Oh, so the first time tonight, Willie Force comes into action.
Yeah, Peter.
Peter Maritz, who has wants to have a word.
I've seen nothing. What do you got? You got something back there?
Number 3, while he was standing up, trying to get away. And the white player just pulled his leg, but then after pulling his leg, just made a step on him. I'm not sure where it landed, but it landed on his body.
Okay, so let me get it right. You're reporting 3 blue using his boots.
Yes.
Okay, that's relatively serious. Let's take a look, please.
That is serious. It's
I believe if you get that, we're looking for
who
number 3 blue.
may be in a bit of
Potential
trouble.
use of the boot on a player.
Okay, Stuart, we'll look.
He's on the far side, is Wilco Low. On the far side in the blue and white.
Currie, we're looking at the right phase of play here.
Goes into the tackle on the maul.
No,
Okay.
just hold on.
Well, I don't think he was going to step on him because, you know, he's lifted his leg almost far too high. And one of the Free State players grabbed his boot, I think, AJ.
I agree with you. I think probably a better view. He wants to step over, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're both.
And the cheetah guy kind of
It's very
touches.
unclear for me on these angles, just purely because I can see there's an incident, but I can't see the detail of it because of the size of the screens. So you're going to have to help and advise here.
Okay, I'm just looking if there's another angle.
Yeah, that's fine. Take your time. It's a serious incident that we need to deal with.
On the right of the screen, we can see just, in my opinion, Blades, I think he's trying to step over. Obviously, there's been something happening, but...
Yeah, you know, in today's game, I mean, he might have just have a little shove because the guy grabbed his boot.
Just tried to get his balance.
Stuart,
Yes.
the footage is not very clear.
Yes.
Exactly what happened, but what one can deduct from this is that he did use his foot, but I think he glanced him in the process. I would say because he was using his foot, you should give a penalty.
Yes.
And then just speak to the player.
Fine. And we're talking about 3 blue, and just so I can confirm, there is a suspicion of him using his feet, or it's clear that he's used it in some way.
Yeah.
The footage doesn't give us clarity as to whether he's made full contact or not.
That's correct.
And hence we're going to go with the penalty for the intent around all the action.
That's
and
correct.
not the outcome. Okay, thank you.
That for me is
Number
the
3.
thing, intent or not. I don't think it was intent.
Yeah, I think it's very well handled by
So
Billy
I can't
Force.
see the outcome of it. You've been taken away from that, you've been cleaned out, you then used your foot to get away. No. We need to keep the boots out of it, as simple as that. We can't see the final outcome, but the intent to use the boot is incorrect. We need to make sure we stay away from that. So we're going for penalty only.
I think that was a really good TMOing by Billy Force because he was clear, concise. He said just a penalty, and because there was a bit of boot involved, and it's well done.
Yep, I agree. I agree.
Just use of the feet.
Zeidinger. Right, let's get back to the game.
Number 9 sub.
No, well, here we have Ricky Skrieder. I beg your pardon. Louis Skrieder. Skrieder, who I saw on television today, and Skrieder is what he calls himself.
Not Schroeder.
No, Skrieder.
Well, you see there, you teach me again.
And he has now taken the field, returning from injury. Good to see.
Hold White.
Gets the ball. Little dotty there by Buerta. Kachakilis.
Stop.
Blommerkies. I think he's had a good game, Clayton Blommerkies. Covered well, counted well like there. Peterson. Oh, Peterson breaking some tackles. Now Francois Fencer. This is Benjamin. Rule on the outside. Oh, was Raymond Rule too close to the touchline for Rona Benjamin's liking? But he seemed to be a bit open down that left flank. But they've interplayed beautifully, have the Free State backs. Wonderful stuff by Peterson.
Well, each and every one of these backline players tonight has had the ball and they've run and they've stepped and sidestepped and wonderful. And that's what you want to do. You want to be involved in the play, and the only way you can get these outside backs involved is by that kind of play.
Good play at the line out again by the Cheetahs. This is Benjamin. Zeilinger, roll.
8 angle.
Oh, Neil, you're down penalised. Just a little moment of lack of concentration, I would think. He just timed his run into that clean out situation incorrectly. The ruck had been formed and he entered on the side. Kachakilis.
These inside passes that the Cheetahs play are so efficient, unfortunately. Oh, the angle just from the side in the ruck.
Yep. SMS rugby carry in hands plus your name to 40770 to support the Chris Berger Petra Jackson Fund. SMSs are charged at 20 Rand. 40770 with Sinatla. Now Tauta. No, it's not. It's Johnny Kotza. Action goes on with Skrieda. Now we look at this turnover again by Province. Henko Fenta, Zeilinger. Fenta, Francois that time. Oh, lucky bounce for him. Now Sean Fenta. Little burst by him. A hand in the way there by Province, who are defending desperately.
Accidental offside.
The time before you saw on the slow-mo, I think Rana Benjamin was appealing for a slap down.
Again, great tackle from Raymond Rule. He has been outstanding, not only on attack, like you've said, but also on defense. But I have to.
International rugby tomorrow, Japan against Uruguay. Ireland against Wales. Watch out for Ireland. A lot of people quite fancy them for the World Cup. And that's when Nick Groom's playing. The Barbarians against Samoa.
Crouch.
And I've got a feeling it was at Max van Dijk who's also in that game.
That's correct.
Sit.
The Free State front ranker. Good to see South Africans being represented.
For the feeder.
Quite a few reset scrums this evening.
If you need. See we're going now. Still a little bit better than what the last scrum was. Shoulders high. Shoulders high.
Now I think the problem with that is that their feet are too far back.
Yeah, I just bumped into Stuart half time and he said that the guys are definitely too low with their heads, their shoulders below their hips. So I'm sure we can expect some discipline sooner or later.
Sit. Holding in, angle, stay up. Holding in.
Burries, as they call him, Biergeer.
Your body position has to get better now.
Is penalised, I say, plus, well, he's played more than 75 first-class games.
Yeah, this must be a concern for the Cheetahs team and management at this moment, because we know if this continues like this, don't know what Stuart Berry is going to do.
Well, that was a strong scrum by Alistair for Mark there. Now Province have got to start moving it through the phases and onto the field comes Kurt Coleman. Good competing now. Peterson. Nicely away by Dutoy. Benjamin Blommerkeys. Colby, been a bit quiet for a while now. Has Colby hasn't really been able to run. Blommerkeys has been able to run and distribute. Now Zalinger, look at that space he's found. Look at all this space. The chase is coming from Peterson. The ball, it's just gone out. That would have been a good sprint. Coleman had to really move on his introduction to the park.
Well, Zalinger really at home in this Cheetah side this year, and we'll look at that, this space, the vision he's had to look up and just see the space in the corner and to complete it with a fantastic kick.
Well, the other thing is, with a 10-point lead, it's a wonderful field position to be in. Good take by Klein, then play by Carr and Notche. One of those nights where the ball just hasn't really run Notche's way. Ooh, Coleman had to react very quickly there under pressure from the loose forwards, Jordan and Henko Venter.
A lot of pressure that's been put on the Western Province side on the fly from the scrum off. These Cheetah players, they're vibrating, they never stop, they're just chasing all the lines. Even on defense, the defensive line is so fast off that line. It does put a lot of pressure on the Western Province team.
So Scudder and Tabeni out of the Springbok squad into the Province side. Ooh, that was a bad bounce for Cheetahs and well played by Province. Peterson, Benjamin, Blommerkeys, Venter. That's better defense in midfield. Well, the midfield hasn't really been their problem. It's around the fringes a little bit. Now Costa. Venter. Colby. Oh, watch out. He might be offside. Sonata, did he touch it? Did Colby touch it? That's the big thing. Looked like he may have, and I think it might have been a question of Sonata having to play that. Otherwise, the Cheetahs were onto the ball.
There's no doubt if he... First thing is, let's see if he's touched this ball. I definitely think he did. Yes, he did. So that's a forward. And Sonata had to take this ball because the Cheetah players were piling down on him. If he left it, it would have been a pure jog over to the line.
Ace. Good securing of the ball by the Cheetah skipper. Venter, Zalinger, Benjamin. Good tackle by Coleman. Venter. Dubrain. And now it's with, and very nearly over there was Francois Venter from Henko Venter who makes the tackle. Now turnover ball. Straight out.
Touch.
And a touch on that, so it should be Province ball, yeah. The referee's assistant has picked it up.
Again, some great running from the Cheetahs midfield.
Great work by Johnny Kotza too, and Scudder and Tabeni.
Stay 10. Hold. Leave it.
And Tabeni.
Release White.
Squared up. Chase coming from Van Beek. Great take by Rule. Good layback too, but the Province players pile in and clean out. And Tabeni is there now. Klein feeding it up to Squared up. Away by Coleman to Tauta to Kotza. Colby, beautiful hands to Sonata. They'll go back because that was a forward pass. Look, slowly. They'll go back for the Province penalty.
Just a forward pass
offside at the ruck
to Sonata. The guys didn't hear the whistle.
Hold.
Bit of push and shove.
Yes.
Henko Fenta, who's along with the other loose forwards, Ulufir and with Neil Jordan, been very effective tonight in stealing the ball. Kurt Coleman entrusted with this kick. And a good kick by Coleman. First score of the second half by either side. Carr. Stopped by De Bruyne. Skrider. Little dart forward by Olstad. Skrider again. Scrum half to scrum half. Well taken up into good follow up by Sinatra.
Good counter-up.
Now have Province countered this.
Off his feet after the
Worked out by Lowe. Good play by the tight head prop. Coleman and Rule is... Oh, the bounce is favourable for the home team. Now, are Province kicking too much, AJ?
I just think that the Cheetahs are really putting so much pressure on them that they don't really get going. And you're right, probably they should keep the little opportunity that they have with the ball in hand.
21-12, kicks from hand. I think also Zeilinger has kicked tactically extremely well. Now Sinatra will good chase. Fenta. Oh, there was a little bit of a mix-up there.
Yes,
now, into Benny. He's a strong lad, who's got into Benny. Out of Dale and King Edwards. Now as Skrider. Oh, good hands. There are men on the outside there as potential scorers. As Kotza went with it. Nice hands by Carr for Mark. Good play by the loose head. Now Province looking a little bit more promising. They've just upped their game a little bit. Coleman.
Leave White.
Great tackle, Henko Fenta. Noche. Skrider. Carr. For Mark in support. Well held up by Francois Ace. And Ulufir in there. Now Coleman. Oh, big tackle by Henko Fenta. Talked about the loose forwards. Province again looking at... Oh, knocked on. Now they'll go back for the penalty.
Do you want to go quick? Right. Time. So, Skip, serious message to you around this particular player. Whenever we have experiencing a slowdown at the breakdown, he's involved each time. Okay? Lying on top of the ball. I understand. The requirement is for you to get out of the way. They need quick ball like you get quick ball.
He's making a whole lot of promises, is Henko Fenta.
I promise you, sir. He meant it. He meant it, Blades. A little bit of a confusion, I suppose, there between the guys. I think Blommack called it, and then Fenta called it. And that split second was just enough for Western Province to take the ball. And this is the best bit of play that they've had in the second half so far.
I know it's an old story, but look there, not a single Province chaser. Sound like a bit like a broken record, but you know, I'm a great believer in chase every kick. Certainly, you know, those penalties can just slew off the side of the boot, hit the upright. Not this time though. not 99 times out of 100. There's always that one chance.
Fellow Wakefield, legendary man down from Cape Town running rugby down there.
Yeah, the president of the Western Province Rugby Union, Carr. Strader, Coleman. Oh, he's done well to get a couple of clearances away, has Kurt Coleman.
Yeah, a bit of a hanging pass there from the scarf to Coleman. Made it very difficult for him. Oblate is 25-21. We've got a game on our hands. We didn't see this coming. It was at one stage 25-3 or 6, I think, and
25-3, quite right. Now a chance for the Cheetahs. Benjamin. Out. Good tackle in midfield by Notcher with a good stop. Blommerkies. Johnny Kutsa makes a good stop there. Centre.
Leave it blue.
Costa, should I say. Good take by Zeilinger. All of these Free State backs have been prepared to run at the opposition. Dubrain with some nifty handwork there, the tight head prop. Sean Fenter, Francois Fenter, Raymond Rule, great handoff on Coleman. Jordan, no it's not, it's Dutoy. Jacques Dutoy, the young hooker. Francois Ace, Zeilinger, Benjamin, all well left by Blommerkies for Ulefield.
Hold blue.
Benjamin to Ace, to Zeilinger, Francois Ace. Well played with the tight forwards down midfield. Dutoy again for Ace.
No hands.
No way through for Francois Fenter that time. Now a chance for them to counter. Elstep. Well, it was about a 4-on-3 situation there. And I think that, well covered by Raymond Ruloff, Clayton Blommerkies. But there was such an opportunity there for Province to keep the ball in hand.
I have to agree with you. I thought Elstad should have let possibly the ball go down the line there. There were some opportunities for them to score the try, but I have to say those two guys again, Blommerkies and Raymond Rule, have had an outstanding match, backing each other up and looking at the Pumas against the Golden Lions. And Super Sport 8, it's 34-11. And there's 2 yellow cards with the Pumas at this moment. Big match that, Uncle Hugh.
Well, you see the Lions, just as we can picking up those pictures, out-towering the Pumas, who are with 2 men short. Yeah, Rory Duncan on the right-hand side there, now involved in the administration here, CEO of the Cheetahs Rugby. Really good to see Rory Duncan here. Rugby men, Kevin de Klerk. Theo Wakefield. I remember him on 2 Springbok tours. Really jovial fella.
Absolutely, always have a smile on his face.
Stay back with my arms up.
Don Heeman in the background.
Reniel Hugo, I think, awaiting his call.
Hold, come.
Good take there by Buerta. Tauta, Carr. Sonata, pick up right. Here's Colby. Over the 22. Still goes. Great ruck ball for the Province, who moved the ball. Notcher decides to keep it tight. They sped out of the Cheetahs. Tauta to ground. Strader and to Benny. Screder again. Coleman. They need more ball carriers, Province. They need to get a couple of guys into open spaces a little bit. Carr has one way to go here, and that's one pass rugby. Not yet. Another line of white jersey Cheetahs players. Coleman, now has he struck that? No. Pulled it to the left. Another 3 points there would have put them 1 point away. Here come the subs. Cheetahs Basson, Renil Hugo. And here we go again with Sean Fenter and Peterson. That went forward, I think. Referee's asking his assistant. It did go forward. Now chance, well worked out by Lowe. Colbeck. Elstadt, now chance here. Down that flank. Great support play there by Reinhard Elstadt. We have gained that blood. Look at that line of Free State defenders. Volko Lowe. Colby, Coleman, nicely played out to Tauta. Coleman again, Sinatra, notches on his inside. Sinatra can't break the tackles.
Stay.
Benjamin involved, now it's with Buerta. Well, there was something, I think, a player playing on.
I thought he was onside, knocked on. I thought he was onside, knocked on.
Yeah, I thought somebody may have been on the ground playing the ball there.
Yeah, Fred Zillinger, have a look at him there. Yep, absolutely spot on. Looked like he was offside initially, but...
Was he on his knees? Because if he's on his knees, you can't play the ball.
I've made my call, let's respect him.
So we've got a few replacements coming on here. 4 of them. Yeberson and Ngoza and Hugo and Caleb Wursthuizen. So Cheetahs Yeberson will take over from Fred Zeilinger. Koster's done well. Henko Fenter coming off, and also Gerard Dulefio. Well played, those boys, those young men, should I say. Onto the field in jersey number 18 comes Jan de Klerk for his second Absa Currie Cup appearance.
But what a nice opportunity for a coach to have a guy like Cheetahs Yeberson on the bench coming on in a second half. Again, a big game against Western Province. A lot of experience, played a little bit of rugby in Australia as well, so good to see him here.
So Jan de Klerk has taken over from McLean.
Crouch!
Sit, Caleb, sit! Sit on!
We're way too far away here. Ear to ear is our test, please.
Jan de Klerk moves into the lock position. Attended the same school as Victor Matfield in Petersburg Hoër School. Then went to Waterkloof.
Crouch!
Sit, Caleb, sit!
Bind!
Of course, it's Petersburg Hoër School, but in Polokwane.
Ball's about it. Stay back 9.
Fenter, Benjamin, Yeberson.
Stop.
Looked like a set move to loosen up Yeberson to kick for space. Now Colby combining nicely with Sinatra. And the bounce away from Bloemetjies. Didn't work for Free State, it did for Province.
An outstanding kick from Colby. Sides that I've had a look at the space, but look at how close this ball. He knows that. Oh, look at him. He knows. ended up being a very good kick, about 10 centimeters outside the line.
Blue open. 3.
So the Cheetahs playing for field position. It's Province who need to keep the ball in hand. They are adrift by those 4 points. Almost up to 10 minutes to go.
Hold.
Fenta.
Number 11 is fine.
Raymond Rule was there. Raymond Rule certainly a candidate for man of the match. There's so many of them. All the loose forwards. Rainer Benjamin. Zeilinger was man of the match last week. Sean Fenta's played well. Skrieda, Coleman running a little bit laterally. Now Kotsa stayed on his feet on first impact very well to Johnny Kotsa. With a boot to the ball by Neil Jordan. Work here for Van Wyk. Oh, look at this, he's in trouble. 3 Cheetahs players around him, Benjamin amongst them. Oh, they've held that player up, they've held him up, and they've, much to the delight of the support players sitting in their enclosure. This is the sort of field position the Cheetahs need at this stage of the game. Province, very dangerous to try and run it out. You kick it out, kick it downfield, and Blommetjies runs back at you.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Cheetahs right now have got a great opportunity almost in the middle of the field, in front of the uprights. You've got both sides to attack again. Let's see if they can have a solid scrum. That's the most important thing. The solid scrum first, have those back straight, and give that fast back line some wonderful ball.
Crouch.
So Blommetjies hovers. Benjamin to the left of the scrum. Raymond Rule standing right. Both centres to the right of the scrum.
6.
I beg your pardon, not both centres. Sears Yibberson and Francois Fenta, along with Peterson, are there. Fenta. Yibberson. Francois Fenta very nearly through there. The hack away by Noche. Offside. No, hands in, says Stuart Berry.
Let's have a look at tackle. Good there.
Oh, no, I don't know. I think that might have been an unintentional tap back.
Yeah.
Good decision by Francois Ace, moving up the time available to less and less. Yes, Yibberson will kick for goal and take up more time.
That's a rock now. Not sure.
Yeah, I've got a feeling as Ngoza went in there. They may have got it wrong there, the refereeing staff. Well, he's kicked in Perth, he's kicked all over Australia, New Zealand and South Africa, but this is where he learnt his trade, and he pulls it quite badly.
Yeah, sorry. 100% right. Sorry.
We got something happening.
No, Sears Yibberson has asked for the kick over again, quite rightly. It's a penalty. You can't charge.
It's a new penalty. You still want to go for calls? Okay.
That might come and burn Western Province.
Look at that, Sonata charging off the line. Penalty, you've got to stand still until he's kicked it. So Sears gets a second chance. And that time he really concentrated on. So Sonata will be very unhappy with himself. in that situation.
Well, this will be spoken about the whole week. Unfortunately for Sonata, that was not because it wasn't a bad thing he's done, because he wanted, that was just because he wanted to chase. Crowd attendance tonight, almost 10,000 people here in Bloemfontein coming to the Cheetahs Stadium.
So there's 7 points adrift now, Western Province, following that bad mistake. Iverson looking for as much ground as he possibly can. Coleman, Colby, one of these young lads have got to turn on some magic here. Colby, Sinatra, Van Wyk, Kotze. So we get to that point where people are talking about who will be man of the match. Sean Fenter, will it be Raymond Rule, will it be Clayton Blommakies is a big contender. Nizam Kar, captain of the night. Just the Province don't want to mess around here. They've got 6 minutes to go. They need to get the ball moving.
Say more. That's
Carr, you see now, they didn't milk a penalty there, and Carr is stopped
balls available
abruptly on the advantage line. Little smash forward there. The replacements are plenty. That time it was JP Smith, the fella from the Brumbies. Now Province have a good attacking opportunity, although it's not their throw to the line out. So we have Benny Smith, de Klerk. So far, no Chris Kluter. I haven't seen him, AJ.
Blue. No, stop.
In fact, Chris Kluter is waiting on the sideline for his call. The throw now by Jacques Dutoy. Good take. Good take there by Reniel Hugo.
No hands!
Iverson. Good kick. Super kick by Sios Iverson. Just what the coaching staff would have ordered. Now Chris Kluter comes onto the park. Only Dylan Lates left on the bench for Western Province. Not yet. Ball hasn't really bounced his way tonight.
He's tried hard. You can see he's trying hard, like you're saying, but it just hasn't just been his night. Ball didn't roll his way.
Stay there.
Oh, that's good play by Kluter. Now Coleman. Lovely little dart here by Kotze. Colby has said they're going to be around here and do something brilliant. Foot in touch by Sinatra. They need that moment of brilliance. It came from Johnny Kotze originally, then Sinatra and Colby. And a good bit of cover defending there. Still the battle goes on.
Hold blue.
Fenter. And a super clearance. Sinatra, Colby. Van Wyk is on his inside. Colby, ooh. The little fella has chiseled Colby and
release.
Finds a difficult run through. He's got to be dodging. Skirder. Smith. Into Benny. Smith retrieves well again.
Release now.
Schroeder, Coleman. Van Wyk that time.
First offence is this player in the way.
Quickly taken by Schroeder. Carr. Good tackle, Lulafi. Schroeder.
No!
Coming for the scrum half again. Kluter. Good defence by Lulafi. Those Free State Cheetahs, loose forwards, can hold their heads up high. Jordan, one of the tacklers on, and Tabeni there. Coleman. Carr. Good tackle, Benjamin. Well, that'll please the heart of the Free State Cheetahs supporters. Bongi and Benambi's not happy, and you see those supporters are. Reynard Elstad, who's just hasn't really bounced their way, and they're looking down the jaws of a second loss in a row. Western Province, the ABSA Currie Cup champions. Now chance here for the counter. They've got to move the ball around the park, I would say. Schroeder, Colby. Dylan Lates, I said he wasn't on the park, but he is there now. This is Carr. And Iverson got in with a tackle. Now the chase coming from Ruben Blommakees. Blommakees right up there. Rule makes a crunching tackle. The little runaway for Cheslin Colby. Now the sprint is on. He is so quick, and Iverson did the job with one arm. The intensity is huge for the 79 plus minutes they've been on the park. Of course, they've got quite a few replacements on as well. Schroeder, Coleman, the long ball for Lates. This is now the Kotza.
Play on, ball is out.
Play on, Benjamin's read it well. Willefear on his inside, tied his up. Really tried hard, Ferrat Willefear, the guy just out of the under-21s. He's done very nicely tonight. There goes the siren. Centre well, it's a penalty to Free State. And a desperate attempt to get the ball. It was Buerta who went offside, but you can't blame him really, because he said, this is not only where I'm going to get my hands on the ball, but it was from an offside position, and the Cheetahs pulled off a memorable victory. I think it was Kaunda and Tunja who said that they haven't won since 2011. So the Cheetahs will be very, very happy with the situation here at home. Obvious disappointment for Western Province, but Free State Cheetahs, they didn't get their bonus point. They will come away with a bonus point, will Western Province. And we'll be back in a short while with interviews.